Social media is beginning to reach farther and deeper into our society. After being created to share and entertain in an online community, social media's objectives has evolved to consume the greatest amount of time possible. Every network is an extension of ourselves, and the need to be connected and interact with one another is human nature, and it's hard to ignore. But seeing my sister obsess over social media at such a young age has brought to my attention the depths and the foothold it has in today's society. My sister is an energetic, goofy, awkward 11-year-old, and since she's the youngest, she always asks for things that the older kids have, such as a phone. She started asking in 5th grade when all of her friends were getting phones for their birthday, and even though she knew that the rules were she couldn't have a phone until after 6th grade. She wouldn't take no for an answer, and she kept begging my parents until they finally began to give her a phone and give in to what she wanted so they didn't have to hear about it anymore. And then when she was finally having her phone, she played games on her phone and texted her friends until she realized that her phone wasn't really connected to the real world, and she began to ask my parents for these apps that her friends were already on. But with the experience that they gained through me and my brother, they knew that social media wasn't a good place for kids, and they drew the line at social networks. All but one, YouTube. One of the most likely places to find my sister is laying around watching endless hours of videos. And, but haven't we all? We continuously get clickbaited until a couple of videos turns into a couple of hours. And after realizing our mistakes of staying on YouTube too long, we realized that we probably could have spent our time more wisely, and we closed the app to prevent clicking on another video. But I fear that an 11-year-old can't fully understand or learn from these same mistakes. As the brain develops, the use of it slowly connects from the back to the front, meaning as a developing teen, the part most active is the midbrain, which is important for learning, memory, and emotion. These are crucial targets for marketers who want us to feel and remember what they are selling, so these targets are especially made for kids. Their brains are not fully developed, and they're easier targets for these marketers. Another problem that comes with social media is competition. These networks were made for people to post the best of their life. But why, we ask? They want people to know where they are, what they're doing, and who they're with. Some people choose to post love or share ideas, but many don't think through what they post, and it can end up damaging a lot of people. When we ask why they do this, we don't exactly know why. Everybody has a reason themselves. But we also can know that social media is a dangerous place, and not just for kids. With billions of people behind the screen, cyberbullying becomes an issue, and kids are more susceptible to saying things that they don't understand. Without face-to-face interaction, it's way easier to say something hurtful directly to a person or make fun of them publicly, and kids are very sensitive to these things, and it can hurt them a lot, especially when they're developing these social skills. According to Gene Twinge's study, after 2010, there's been an increase in psychological distress, suicidal thoughts, attempt at suicide, and major depression in young adults and adolescents. Now, I was curious about the definition of an adolescent and if it had a specific age range. And the definition of an adolescent is the period following puberty in which a person develops from a child to an adult. And doesn't that mean that's the beginning of middle school till the end of college? And doesn't that mean that there's been an increase in depression in kids as young as 11 years old? Not only does social media affect people offline, but it affects people online too. I mean offline. Being excluded from these photos or conversations can leave a lasting effect and create problems of dissociation later on in life. Social media also cannot be seen always in a negative way. It's really beneficial for kids developing social skills and how to deal with real-life problems. But I believe that, the monitor and communication between parents and kids, between the dangers of social media in society, can help decrease the role of the dangers of social media in a kid's life. Thank you.